Hi there, it's Ruth Backlund from Energy Works Myofascial Release. I was having a conversation with my sister this morning. We were both working out, getting our routine done, and talking about some of the flexibility challenges that we might have with some of the routines that we do, whether it be yoga or some of the cardio things that we don't do every day. And as we get older, sometimes it gets harder to do these things. And if we don't use our muscles, if we don't use our brain, if we don't use our body in a certain way for a long period of time, it has to relearn those things, or it has to learn those things for the first time. So if you think about progress, is really a process, and that starts from the day that we come out and put our feet on this earth. That we don't start knowing how to do everything as soon as we come out of the room, right? So when we're an infant, we have to learn how to raise our head. Then we have to learn how to roll over. Then we learn how to crawl. Then we learn how to walk and fall a lot. And then we learn how to run. And all that becomes effortless as we get older because we've learned those skills, we've trained those muscles, our mind is developed over time, and it doesn't happen overnight. So it usually takes many, many months to get to that point. It could take up to a year for an infant to get to that point. Some take a little bit longer, some it doesn't take quite as long. But that's the same for us if we're going through, let's just say we're doing something, from a healing perspective. So if I have clients coming in, a lot of times people want to have that quick fix. Well, you know what? Those injuries or that lifetime of repetitive trauma that you've had has been with you for a long time, and your body is compensated. So as a result of that, your body has to relearn and unlearn some of the behaviors that it was doing before for your body to get better. So that it takes practice, it takes time for that progress to actually occur. Okay. And the same would be true if you're working on your career. So I've been doing myofascial release now. Let's see, if we get into January, it'll be almost 10 years. So I'm close to a decade. Now, when I first started out in this, I didn't know everything. How could I possibly? Yes, I had training, but I had to hone in on those skills. And every year, many times a year, I went back to refresh that training, get more training, really hone in and develop my skills. And that's taken years and years and years of practice, years and years and years of experience to get to the level I am now. So many things are just automatic for me because I have a decade of knowledge and skill behind me to bring to the table. Okay, so that's true for anybody developing a craft or developing a skill or trying something new, like all this technology, right? The technology is sometimes, that's the biggest headbanger for me. And some folks say, God, you have this technology in the bag. And I'm like, I'm pulling my hair out every day with technology. I'm learning constantly. And that's important for me to keep, pursuing and just getting better at it. The more you do, the more you get better at it. It just takes practice. It takes time. So the same would be true, as I was talking with my sister this morning. It's hard to balance sometimes in those yoga poses, or it's hard to get to the point where you can really jump. Well, it takes time. Again, if your body is not used to doing those functions, then it's just going to take time for your body to develop that skill. You'll get there. It just takes time, so it doesn't happen overnight. And the same would be true for nutrition, okay? Let's say that you've been not eating very healthy. If you drive down London Road here in town, you see hardly anything that's really healthy for you. It's a lot of fast food. There's a lot of garbage. Those are your choice options, right? Or even if you go into the grocery store, what do you see? Unless you're shopping around the perimeter, most of the grocery stores really got a lot of garbage to it. Not good stuff for you. But it's just quick, it's easy. So we tend to go to the quick and easy, and we develop some bad habits as a result. So when we try to put in intentional change, those changes help us make progress. They're not always easy, but the more you do it, the more effort you put into it, the more result you're going to see. So that's my rant today, is talking about progress. And it's really a process. It's not an event. It takes time. It takes effort and commitment to do it. And, if you want a healthier lifestyle, you really have to focus on all aspects. So if you're struggling with something, whether it be an injury, your nutrition, your fitness, your career, Believe me, I've struggled in all of them myself, and I've been working on all of them for quite a long time. So if you want to explore what your options are, how I might be able to help, just drop something in the chat, send me a private Facebook message, and we can connect and see where you might be at today.